Attention, doom drone strafers. Begin bomb run.
Dr. Terror, a cyborg villain before cyborgs were even a thing. A crazy scientist whose sole purpose in life is to dominate the world and make all humanity mindless slaves to his robots, and he certainly does not shy away from using inhuman actions to achieve his goals. For people who grew up or like to watch the shows of the 80s, this might not be a new name for you, as I'm sure you must have heard of the hit 80s animated series, The Centurions. But mind you, this animation was created for the kids, and for a show made in that time period, they have made Dr. Terror quite an extreme villain. A visual design so disturbing for its time definitely shows you that they were surely not holding back in creating an actually evil villain, and not someone who just shouts grandiose dialogues. If anyone who has watched the show would know how Dr. Terror was introduced, with Dr. Terror formulating a plan to burn the whole world down just to get a signed document handing over all of humankind's freedom. And today, in this video, we will be exploring how this half-man and half-machine villain came into being. So let's dive right in, shall we? 1. The lab accident, the birth of a monster. Well, even Dr. Terror was a full human before he got turned into this half-and-half state. But even with a full human body, Dr. Terror was still a crazy and genius man who used Hacker as this first human experiment specimen. At that time, Hacker was just a thief running away from the police, whom Dr. Terror happened to save. Dr. Terror lures Hacker with the promise of unlimited riches and power into coming with him to his lab and becoming his test subject. After successfully turning Hacker into a bionic robot, Dr. Terror takes him to the Science Council to showcase his genius invention, but contrary to his expectations, the council was not happy with its success. Instead, they were enraged at his inhumane actions and stealing the confidential data for his experimentations. In the end, the members of the Science Council even kicked him out of the council and revoked all of his research privileges. Once back at the lab, Hacker, in a moment of confusion, asks Dr. Terror to change him back to his full human body again, to which Dr. Terror obviously tells him it is impossible and he cannot go back ever. Now, listening to this, Hacker gets angry and starts hitting the fragile and precious machinery, which then leads to a big explosion and the machinery to fall onto Dr. Terror, crushing his body. Seeing his boss like that, Hacker anxiously tries to save him by lifting the heavy machines from his body. Even as he is trailing on his last breath, Dr. Terror commands Hacker to take him and then put him inside his cybernetic chamber. And it is this chamber that finally gives birth to the monster, a part human and part robot, a cyborg that is Dr. Terror.
Your creator has returned, Uniborg.
2. Syntax and the Uniborg, the true better half. Later in one of the episodes called The Better Half, we get to further know about Dr. Terror's cyborg form. From just the looks alone, you might think it is just a mechanical extension added to Dr. Terror's body, but actually it is way more advanced than that. The mechanical extension is controlled by a smart integrated system called Syntax. In the episodes called The Better Half, after getting injured by one of the Centurions, Dr. Terror flees to a secret base and exchanges the damaged Syntax with another unit. Here we also come to know that Syntax can actually be removed from Dr. Terror's body. Similarly, Hacker follows the Doc by exchanging his Legion unit with another, but just after they leave, Syntax merges with the Legion unit to form a separate unique robot called Uniborg. And let me tell you, this robot was smart enough to even use Dr. Terror's identity to repair itself and gain access to the whole base. Uniborg was able to do that because it also contains all of Dr. Terror's memory, work information, and is intellectually equal to Dr. Terror, though it might argue it is superior. Syntax and Legion consider each other the better half, thus the title. Uniborg, considering that Dr. Terror is its creator, lets him live, but takes away all authority from him over the base and other robots. It also gives him 45 seconds to leave the base before it detonates the secret passage. This eventually leads to the capture of both Dr. Terror and his lackey Hacker, showing us how in the end, the creation turned on its own creator. Uniborg is also no different from Dr. Terror. It also wants to dominate the world under the rule of cyborgs. You could even say, it is far more practical and terrifying. Uniborg invents a cyborg brain which it installed inside all the battle Borgs, making them significantly more difficult to defeat for the Centurions. Uniborg is smart and deeply calculative. It is a smart machine after all, but then again, a machine cannot win against a human, and just like that, in the end, Uniborg is destroyed by its own creator, never able to gain control again. 3. DC Comics version. Same villain, more tie-in adventure than New Origin. Did you know, there is also a DC comic version of the Centurions, which also has Dr. Terror as the main antagonist. The comic series also follows the same lore and world building, with the animated series for the most part like Dr. Terror's character, which does not have a different origin story for the comics, and in general follows the same as shown in the animated series. Dr. Terra is shown as an already established villain, so in a way it's like an extension of the series itself. We get to see more of the story and Dr. Terra's crazy inventions and world domination plans, but it's not like there is no difference at all between the comic and the series. One of the major ones would be the difference in personalities between the series Dr. Terra and the comic Dr. Terra. The series Dr. Terra is deeply calculative and manipulative, using his advanced knowledge of science and artificial intelligence to orchestrate these destruction plans. On the other hand, the comic version of him is much more direct in his approach and uses direct military power for mass destruction. Throughout the series, we see the main setback for the Centurions is that they are unable to find the secret base of Dr. Terra, which helps him secretly carry out his plans. But in the comic, he straight out declares his base as an independent nation, which ultimately prevents the Centurions from directly attacking the base, because they, being heroes, cannot exactly break international law. There is also a difference in the way that Dr. Terra's cybernetic implants work in both the series and the comic. In the series, Dr. Terra's left side implant is a removable unit governed by a smart system called Syntax, while in the comics, the implants are permanently bound to his flesh, creating a fusion that cannot be separated. The comic artist also made the implants quite more detailed, making it feel more sci-fi. Even the organic part of his face and eye is visibly more sunken and dark, giving him a tad more scary look. Overall, the comic book is a good addition to the animated series, and if you are a fan of the 80s action heroes, I would recommend you to read it. It will be worth it. Well guys, that was all for this one. If you liked the video, please consider hitting the like, subscribe and share buttons. Those 3 clicks from you will help us tremendously in bringing you more of these awesome videos.